Machado gets the start on the mound. EK, what do you got?
Yeah, Matty, in his last start, he was really on his game. Had a bunch of strikeouts and really kept the hitters off balance. Let's see if he can do that here.
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he's retired, one away. And here's the starting lineup for the visiting Tampa Bay Rays. Steve, what's the key in trying to stop their opponent's winning streak?
I think you go up there trying to lift balls, get them airborne, because this is the second highest scoring and second most home runs in this ballpark. So a routine fly ball can end up in the seats. So capitalize on that.
Chop foul over towards the dugout. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And not a real good cut at that slider, and he's behind 1-2. And set up behind the plate is Kenny Jansen, as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
Jansen's known for being a bit of a pitcher's umpire. Not that he has a huge zone or anything, but I think he tends to reward guys for placing pitches in good locations.
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the second out. And with that, take a look at the defense for the Orioles. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, this manager loves to do the defensive shifts. So we're going to see a lot of odd formations as the game goes along. I can't wait to see how it works.
And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. Down in order go the Rays. Jake Odorizzi is ready to go as he'll be on the hill for Tampa Bay. What's your take on him, EK?
Well, guys, this will be his second start of the season. In his first start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here.
High in the air out to center field. Kiermaier is there. He's got it one away. Stepping in, Steve Tollison, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Odorizzi's ready. First pitch on the way. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Hit hard to the right side. Throw gets him, 2 down. With a moment now, let's give you a look at the defensive alignment for Tampa Bay. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, this center fielder that we're going to watch, great range. Ton of speed, can cover a lot of ground. They won him the gold.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. So nothing in the Orioles first. Second inning coming up from ball. Steve Pearce will dig in now. Off to a slow start, as you see there. Just barely over the 200 mark here in April. Swung on and missed. It's 0-1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Yeah, a couple of mid-90s fastballs, and he hasn't been close on either one of them.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. Backhanded. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. Striding into the box, Evan Longoria. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Now a throw over to first, but the runner's back easily. First delivery to him on the way. And that's taken high and outside for ball one. And he watches a called strike as this one bears in on him. 1-1. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Belted high in the air out to left. Reimold racing back to the track, to the wall. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A two-run home run for Evan Longoria as the Rays move in front now 2-0. James Loney is the batter now as he looks at a ball 1-0.
0 for 3 yesterday, 0 for 4 on Friday. He could use a good at-bat here.
That'll be a souvenir, and the count will move to 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. And here's a slider, strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So with 1 away, it's time to check out the current standings in the American League East as you get a peek at where the Orioles find themselves entering play here today. Desmond Jennings stands in for the first time. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut.
He did not like that one bit. You know, it's one thing to work in with the hard stuff, but don't do it around the dome.
Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out. Hank Conger will stand in, and he is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. They'll try and entice him with a high fastball, but he wouldn't commit. It's ball 1. Swing and a little blooper to center. Jones over to his right. And that retires the side. Rays get a couple as you take another look at the... Manny Machado will stand in. A couple of hits in that ball game last night.
Third baseman, Manny Machado.
On the ground to the left side. Longoria's got it. Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other. 1 away. Mark Trumbo will dig in now, and he's got to be wondering when his bat's going to make the trip north from spring training, as he has really struggled in the early going. Hit high in the air down the right field line. Dickerson is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the second out of the inning. Matt Wieters will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night. Out in front of it, strike 1. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. That's lifted the other way out to left. And that'll get down out there near the wall. And a good job to get to it quickly and get it back in. That'll hold him to a 2-out single.
Well, this ball's hit pretty well, but this is a nice play out there to play the carom off the wall and then get the ball in quickly. And that's going to hold his man to just a single. That's a nice play.
Odorizzi comes set. First pitch on its way. High in the air out towards shallow right. Dickerson's there. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Orioles leave 1. They trail things here. Brad Miller steps in here to start out their half of the third. Top of the order to follow.
Yeah, and you know, he's the number 9 hitter, but you've got to go to the plate right now thinking like a leadoff guy. Just find a way to get on base and then give those 1, 2, 3 guys a chance to drive you in or do something.
The windup and the 0-1. Barely able to make contact. Down 0-2 now. And they really bunch him up on that one as he swings and misses for the first out.
Wow, a real sharp break to this thing. It's a slider. He starts it out over the middle of the plate. Now the hitter thinks he's got something that he can handle, and then this thing just makes a beeline right for his hands. That is a tough pitch.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike 1. Setting him up inside as he swings and misses for strike 2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. That misses 1-2.
And that's the right spot for that slider. Really try hard to tie him up inside. And that's a good job to lay off, too.
Lifted in the air to straightaway center. Jones is under it. And he makes the catch for the second out. Logan Forsythe is into the box for his second at-bat. He popped out into foul territory his first time up.
You know, he's been struggling a little bit lately, so hopefully he learned some things from that last at-bat so he can start to turn things around here with a base hit.
And he looks like a new man out there as this is swung on and missed. It's 0-2 now.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Rays go in order, 1, 2, 3. Ryan Flaherty will dig in to start it out for the Orioles, to be followed by Nolan Reimold.
Ryan Flaherty.
Oh, what a pitch to start the at-bat there. It's 0-1. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Odorizzi steps into his windup. Here's the 1-1. And here's a ball hit in the air. Longoria is there for it. And a rather easy first out.
Batting ninth.
Nolan Reimold will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Dickerson has to come in from the next area code to put this one away. Wow. Adam Jones will try it again. He flied out to start the home first.
Not the result you want, and especially swinging at the first pitch. Got to make the pitcher work.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And Jones takes this one for a ball, 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Two and 2 now with 2 away and the base is empty. Hard hit ball to second. And that'll get down for a 2-out single.
Well, that base hit is going to get his hit streak to 6 games now, so he's swinging it.
Steve Tollefson stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike one. He's running towards second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw way late, and he's in there easily at second. In under the hands with a fastball. It's 1-2. For Jones, he picks up his second bag here in the early going. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Now a swing and a ball popped in the air back behind short. And the stolen base winds up as a moot point as the inning is over. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball. Corey Dickerson is ready here as we begin the top of the 4th.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Well, this guy has thrown a first pitch strike to about 50% of the batters he's faced. He's pitching well, but those numbers could be pumped up a little bit.
And, oh, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Up next,
Steve Pearce steps in now.
Hitter, Steve Pearce.
Chop foul at the plate, strike one. The 0-1 delivery. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
And sometimes you got to cut down a little stride against a guy who's throwing this hard. Either you take that leg kick completely out of the equation, or you get it started just a little bit quicker.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Now a throw over, and he's back standing. The 1-2 pitch. Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Grounded to third. This could be 2. Machado has it. The second for 1. Back to Davis, and they turn the double play.
The third baseman.
Well, I think he had a bit of a lapse in concentration to that last guy, but no such problems here. This is a perfect pitch with a runner on first base as he gets him to bounce right into the double play.
In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria. As he will swing and miss on a fastball on the outer half, it's strike one. Very difficult to get on top of a pitch when it's coming in that high.
Darn near impossible when it's coming at you in the high 90s. You just can't get your hands up there fast enough to stay on top.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Chris Davis is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
He'll start him with a fastball down and in for a ball. 1-0. Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second, and reined in, one away.
Third baseman, number 13.
One out now in the Orioles' fourth, and standing in now the third baseman, Manny Machado. Ripped down the line. This gets foul. It's 0-1. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Orioles so far. Cut fastball above the letters, a ball and a strike. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Odorizzi looks in, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. Grounded to short. Throw gets him, 2 down.
Now batting, the designated
Mark
hitter.
Trumbo is into the box for his second appearance. 0 for 1 with a flyout. Into the windup and the pitch. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
Boy, he might be pressing his luck a little now. That's 2 straight pitches right down the middle.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Well, you know, when you're behind in a count like this, it's all about changing your approach at the plate. You got to shorten up a little bit and just look to put the ball in play.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Swinging a hard liner to short. Throw on Deloney is in time for the third out. Nothing across here this half of the inning. We played. James Loney heads for the box to start off the fifth in this one.
First baseman, number 21, James Loney.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Now here's a ball hit in the air to straightaway right field. This ball's got plenty of carry to it, and it is out of here. A solo home run off the bat of James Loney, as the Rays have opened up a 3-0 lead. James Loney has just clubbed a milestone home run. It's the 100th of his career.
Well, it's obviously not easy hitting home runs, Matt. That's why the best power guys are so popular. I suspect this one feels a little extra special, but I'm sure he'll keep things in perspective. He's not a threat to any record just yet.
First pitch of the at-bat. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Right side. Fielded cleanly by Davis. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out.
Up next for Tampa Bay,
Hank Conger digs in with 1 run in and 1 gone in the inning. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
Doing a good job right there of tying him up inside. Got in on his hands that time before he could get that barrel through the zone.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now. 0-2. 3 runs, 3 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. And a fastball blew it right by him, and there are 2 down. In now, Brad Miller. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
And this has been a pretty good comeback from that leadoff home run. 2 straight outs now, and 2 strikes here as well.
Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
That's a pitch you have to lay off right there. That tight slider busting down and out of the zone, all that can do is tie you up.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. 2 out, nobody on. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Jones waits on it. And that ends the inning. Rays tack on. Leading off the inning, Matt Wieters, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Boy, they've got some work to do here, but there's still a lot of time left in this game. So just chip away, chip away.
And that's a base hit. So a little first pitch swing in there as he's on to kick off the inning.
Yeah, nothing too special about a ground ball single up the middle here, but if you keep putting the ball in play like they've been doing, good things have a tendency to happen. We'll see if this gets them started.
Jonathan Scope is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1. Well, that pitch isn't going to light up the radar gun, but it's been effective.
Well, it doesn't have to. If you get that good movement and put it in the right spot, it's plenty good enough to do the job.
He'll throw back to second to get the out, and that's going to be all they get. Boy, a risky play there, but it pays off.
up next for the Orioles,
Ryan Flaherty in now. Hopped out in his first trip.
Yeah, he just uppercut a fastball. That top hand kind of dragged through the zone, which caused the bat head to drop a little bit.
Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double.
Now batting.
At the plate, Nolan Reimold. He flew out in his last at-bat.
And I'm sure he'd like a base hit right now here of any sort. But, hey, another fly ball wouldn't be all that bad because he should be able to drive in a run with a sacrifice fly.
Hit hard on the ground to third. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile, the runner is in to score. So it's back to the top of the order now. And standing in the fine center fielder, Adam Jones. Splitter swung on and missed 0-1.
Oh, boy, he is attacking hitters in this one. Another first pitch strike right there, and he's up right around 90% in that category so far.
And it's quickly 0-2. has to be thinking strikeout here. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Kevin Kiermaier makes his way to the box to lead us off in the 6th inning.
And guys, this is the guy you want leading off this inning. He's your leadoff man, so maybe he can get things started, set the table for a little bit of a rally.
And he takes strike 2. Swing and a miss as he couldn't connect on the two-seamer, and that's out number 1.
Well, this is a stroll he's taken 5 times in this series now. That slow walk back to the dugout after getting punched out. After a while, these things, they start to wear on you. You've got to try to keep the mindset that every at-bat's a new opportunity, but most of the time, that's easier said than done.
Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1. A lot of balls down in the zone in the last inning or so.
And I think that's in response to getting bit by those 2 home run balls. He might be a little leery of challenging guys right now, and I don't blame him. Keep it down there.
That's going to even up the count at 2-2. And a splitter swung on and missed that time, and that'll be out number 2.
This is how you go about keeping your club in the game. Back-to-back strikeouts. So now, after scoring in that last half inning, you can start to sense that the momentum is starting to shift a bit.
Corey Dickerson is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. So they go quietly here in this half. Found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just 1 hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Chris Davis will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his 2 trips so far. Action in the Rays' pen now as they've got a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. Hit hard but foul. Here comes the 0-1. Chopped foul right at home plate. Here's the 0-2. Fastball swung on and missed for the first out. So a runner at first now with 1 away, and standing in now the third baseman Manny Machado. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Into the seats, 0-1.
After battling injuries in previous years, Manny Machado showed everybody what he could do in 2015. He got named to the All-Star team, he participated in the Home Run Derby, and he won another Gold Glove.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. There to take it now is Jennings as he makes the play for route number 2. Mark Trumbo will come in now with 2 away, and to this point at least, so much for having the 3, 4, 5 guys get the rally started.
Yeah, it's been an important inning for that man out there on the mound. He's held his ground, and he may get through the teeth of this lineup, still holding on to that lead.
Dribbled down the third baseline. He's got it. Throw on to Loney will take care of him at first, and the side is retired. 1 left for the Orioles, and it remains a 3-1. Steve Pearce will start things out here for the Rays, to be followed on deck by Evan Longoria.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with 1 swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
Oh, and he just blows the fastball by him for strike 1.
This is where a guy who's been very aggressive around the plate may start thinking about being a little more fine later on in the game. And these guys start thinking, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go up there and jump on the first pitch. You don't even have to throw him something good to get.
Evan Longoria We'll dig in again, and as he does, we'll flash you back to inning number 2 as you get a look at his 2-run homer that was a big blow early on. First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. There's that slider truly in an unhittable spot. It's 1-1.
I tell you, he's got a good pace, a good tempo to him out there right now.
Swing and a miss as he ran that in on him. A ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, he's definitely still bringing it. It's the 7th inning, and we're still hearing the catcher's mitt snapping all the way up here.
And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the 2nd out.
First baseman
James Loney will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here. A solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ballgame to this point. That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. 0-1. Here's the pitch. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Trying to strike him out for the 2nd time. Swing and a miss, and that ends the inning. Down in order go the Rays. And it's leading off the inning, Matt Wieters. And they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, you know, he's been on base twice in this one already, so let's see if he can do it again.
And now a swing and a miss, and that's what you call establishing the inside part of the plate. It's strike 1. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. A quick out number 1. Jonathan Schoop will stand in here. 0 for 2 with a run scored so far. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
This guy just continues to pound the strike zone. He's thrown a first pitch strike to 90% of the batters he's faced. Look how late we are into this ball game, and that's the difference for him.
That's taken. Now it's 0-2. And a swing and a miss as they caught him reaching that time, and there are 2 away.
And that slider's been an effective pitch for him, no doubt. As you take a look there, what his pitch breakdown looks like so far.
Hit hard on the ground to the right. And that is through into right field for a single.
And this is really one of the few balls they've hit solidly all afternoon. So now we'll see if maybe they can get something going here.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a slider that catches a lot of the plate that time, and it's sent out to deep left center field. And this one is gone. So a 2-run home run for Nolan Reimold. And the Orioles have come back to tie this one at 3.
I think sometimes as a pitcher, as soon as you release the pitch, you have a feeling that you could be in trouble. And that was big trouble right there. Big home run that ties this game up.
Here's the center fielder now, Adam Jones. To short. Miller is there. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. Desmond Jennings comes to the plate, and he'll start us off in the 8th. In there at the knees, strike 1.
Yeah, he probably won't have too big a dip in velocity the rest of the way. But the later this game goes, the more important it'll be to watch where his location is. That's probably the bigger concern.
Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ballgame. Hank Conger will stand in now. He flew out in his first time around and then was a strikeout victim last time. And he throws the fastball by him here, 0-1. One out, nobody on. And this is high, a ball and a strike. And this is going to be a foul ball. 1-2, here it comes. Struck him out, and he becomes the 9th strikeout victim thus far. Brad Miller stands in looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1. Here's the 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
You talk about coming back with a shutdown inning. How about striking out the side to give your guys a little bit of a lift? He's 1 pitch away from doing just that.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Danny Farquhar will come on in relief as he'll make his 2nd appearance of the season so far. Steve Tollison will start it off for the Orioles with the ever-dangerous Chris Davis looming in the on-deck circle. Starts him out with a cutter, and he gets him to swing through it. 1 strike.
And if you're going to go after that pitch, you got to be thinking right field. I think he just pulled off of that one a little.
Hard liner toward short. And that's going to get through into left. So there's your possible go-ahead run on base to lead off the inning.
With that base hit, he presents the go-ahead run down there at first base. And boy, he is fired up. Look at that emotion.
First offering on its way. Chris Davis swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1. Is that really the spot you want to be messing with here?
Shouldn't be. That's a danger zone if you ask me.
And they go right after him here as he swings and misses. Strike 2. Do you even bother with anything else here?
No, I sure wouldn't. As a hitter, you're thinking, look for fastball, adjust for an off-speed pitch. And so far in this at-bat, he hasn't made any adjustments. There you go. Back-to-back singles here to open up the inning, having set up in a good position to break this deadlock.
Manny Machado will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far. And a ball popped foul to the right side, out of play. Now the 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. First and second here with nobody out. Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Talk about saving your best pitches for when you need them. He was all kinds of fooled right there.
Oh, on the ground to short. Could this be 2? Back to first, and Machado's retired as well. It's a double play. Mark Trumbo will step in now in a big spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances. He can make up for all of that with a base hit right here.
I had him lunging at that one out of the zone, and that's strike 1. Tap foul at home plate. And now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Strike 3, and the potential go-ahead run left on base. Kevin Kiermaier will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1. right by him here, and he's set up for another strikeout here. The count to 0-2.
We're already at 4. Do I hear 5 strikeouts in a row?
And he wastes a fastball high there, 1-2.
A good high fastball. Maybe something to try and change the eye level there. Now, I might anticipate another slider down in the zone, maybe even in the dirt.
And here's a ball hit in the air. Wieters has a play. No problem here. 1 away. Logan Forsythe ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
In there, no balls and a strike. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ball game. Corey Dickerson will stand in now. 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch so far. And that's inside for a ball. 1-0.
I know the adrenaline can get to you sometimes, but when you start overthrowing your fastball like that, that's a bit of a red flag.
Needed to lay off that pitch upstairs, but it's 1-1. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. And with a big pitch here, he'll step off and rethink things. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball left side. Throw won't be in time as he reaches it first. Now time is called, and we'll have a pinch runner at first, and that'll be a wise decision as he's the potential go-ahead run. Steve Pearce strides to the plate with 2 gone and the possible go-ahead run over at first base.
Yeah, and the key here is don't try to do too much. At least move the line and get it to the next guy. It's not really easy to score a guy from first all in one swing.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. And he strikes him out on a good pitch, so 1 run can win it as we head to the bottom of the inning. Brandon Geyer will stick around as he'll take over in right field. Brad Boxberger comes on now trying to keep this ball game tied. And action now in the Tampa Bay pen as it looks like a right-hander's begun to get loose. Matt Wieters stands in as he looks at ball 1 here. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike.
And this is exactly what he does so well. He'll make you so convinced that you're going to see a fastball, and then he's going to go the other way on you.
Ground ball right side, straight into the shift. And Loney will take this one to the bag himself for the out.
The second baseman, number 6.
Jonathan Scope stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Committed to that one a bit too soon as it locks him up for strike 1.
That got in his kitchen big time right there.
Oh, good spot. On the black for strike 2.
He's just working east and west here. He'll be fine if he just stays out of the middle.
Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now.
Now batting.
Digging in to try it again, Ryan Flaherty. He singled his last time up. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1.
And guys, this has been just what the doctor ordered out of the bullpen.
Yeah, they needed him to come in and give him a strong inning, and he's done exactly that.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike two. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. So they can't get that winning run home, and that means Evan Longoria steps in and perhaps looking to drive another one out of the park just like he did in the second. Brad Brock will come on now as he'll take over to start the extra frames.
Number 35, Brad.
Up and away to start the inning. It's 1-0. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you gotta leave alone and make him bring something down.
Swing and a miss on the splitter, and it's 1-2. And a swing and a miss there on a late breaking slider as he set down on strikes for the second time this afternoon.
First baseman number 21.
James Loney is into the box now. He hit one over the wall back in the fifth. Ground ball sent back up the middle. On to first as Loney is set down here. 2 away now.
The left fielder number 8.
Desmond Jennings ready to try again. Struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, and he went down in flames too. Got him on just 3 pitches.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Slider, good 2-strike pitch, but it misses. 1-2.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call on that 2-seamer running in.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he strikes him out here for out number 3, so after a scoreless top half, they'll have a chance. Ready to take his hacks again, Nolan Reimold, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
You got to remain focused on making solid contact right here, but he's got to be thinking about how sweet it would be right here to hit another one for a walk-off.
Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1. In there, and he's in control. 0-2 now. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Into the box now, Adam Jones. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Here comes the first pitch. Now a ball hit in the air, but in play perhaps down the line. Jennings is over now, and he puts this one away in foul territory, and there are 2 men out.
Right fielder
Steve Tollison digs in, coming off a single in his last at-bat. Swinging a ball hit on the ground, but a foul ball here. 0-1. 0-1, here it comes. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. Hit on the ground to short. Miller's got it. Throw on to first, and we are going to the... Hank Conger comes to the plate as the leadoff man here in the 11th inning.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
And a foul tip held onto here at strike 1. Hit on the ground to third. Taken in by Machado. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
The batter, number 13.
Brad Miller stands into the box. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. fouled toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play. 0-1 count, and the pitch. Fouled back. Struck him out as his woes continue, as that's his third strikeout of the game. Kevin Kiermaier will bat now. He popped out in foul ground last time. And that's cut on and missed. 0-1. Breaks his bat as this one's popped up. Calling for it, Machado. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. Chris Davis brings his bat to the plate now to get the bottom of the 11th underway. And we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike one. And he gives this one a pretty good ride down the left field line. Gone! Santa Maria, game over. It's a solo home run for Chris Davis. And with one swing of the bat, this ball game is over.
And this is exactly what you're looking for in extra innings. Actually, it's what you're praying for, really. One big swing sends the folks who stayed here home happy as he wins it with the walk-off homer.
And, gentlemen, one of the big keys for the Orioles this afternoon was the play of this man, Nolan Reimold. He's our tops player of the game.
Yeah, I think in the end, this really could have been anybody's award. But what the heck? Let's go ahead and give it to this guy. He's as deserving as anybody.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those. Afternoon baseball for you now on the show, coming your way from venerable Fenway Park here in Boston. Today, it's the home opener for this new season. The crowd is ready to erupt as their guys get set to take the field. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci. With that, here's how Buck Showalter lines his Orioles up in this one. Steve, what's the key for them to continue this winning streak?
I think this team really needs to find that right balance between power and speed. They've got them both, but you can't rely too heavily on the long ball, and you also can't run yourselves out of potential run-scoring opportunities. So mix it together well.
Buckholz is ready. Here's the first pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Bradley moves over, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Chris Davis gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Oh, and he looks like he's swinging a garden hose out there as this is cut on and missed for strike one. Well, these Red Sox entering play here this afternoon, EK. They come in trying to rebound after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
And I think it's just going to be a matter of putting yesterday behind you. It wasn't their finest performance of the year, that's for sure, but they're capable of playing much better ball, and I think...
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. So they're set. Now a chance here from Fenway to take a look at John Farrell's starting lineup card. Steve, what's the key in trying to stop their opponent's winning streak?
Well, how about come out here and just swing for the trees? This is a great hitter's park, and you might need a big showing out of your offense to give them a chance to win. So this is the place to do it.
0-1 pitch on its way. A swing and a miss. 2 quick strikes to start his afternoon. Well, these Orioles entering play today, Eric Karros, they come in unbeaten and playing well here in the early going.
Not only have they been playing well, but they've got their ace going here this afternoon, so the rich get richer.
And another foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away. Xander Bogaerts will get his first opportunity. Just 1 for 4 yesterday, although his 1 hit was a triple. That's yanked into the stands. Strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Paredes shading to his right. He's got it, and there are 2 down now. David Ortiz gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. 2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Now the 0-2 pitch. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Swing and a miss as it's dropped behind the plate. Joseph has it. Hanley Ramirez will stand in, and he wasn't much of a factor yesterday as he took an 0 for 4 in the loss. And the runner will get back standing. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And Ramirez can't get that one as he swings and misses for strike 2. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Red Sox leave 1. After 1, no score.
Leading off for the Orioles,
Manny Machado will stand in now. 0 for 4 in that day game yesterday.
Well, baseball can be a humbling game. Yesterday wasn't a good day for him, but over the season, he's hitting over 300.
And he'll take this to the bag himself, and the leadoff man set down to start the second. Mark Trumbo will stand in. He is off to a dreadful start at the plate as he has not hit the ball well in April. Hit out towards second. Throw over to Ortiz gets him 2 down.
batting sixth.
Caleb Joseph will come forward now. Back in the lineup here after getting yesterday afternoon off. Into the seats, 0-1. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. He goes the other way as this is hit in the air toward the gap in right center. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. A good. Pablo Sandoval will lead things off here as they'll have 5, 6, and 7 due up to start the home second. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike.
Boy, when he's got that thing going good, it just takes a nosedive right at the end.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Tillman gets the sign. 1-2 on its way. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out. Dustin Pedroia will stand in, and you see the average there, up over 300 to start the new season. Out in front of it, strike 1. Bottom of the second here with no score. Oh, good knuckle curve. 0-2. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Jackie Bradley Jr. will dig in now, and he's got to be wondering when his bat's going to make the trip north from spring training, as he has really struggled in the early going. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
And we're going to see a lot more of this, because this is a guy who's let it be known that he will work inside. He'll even back you off the plate if he has to.
A good movement bearing in. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We're already at 4. Do I hear 5 strikeouts in a row?
Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout, and Machado will make the catch here, and that ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors. Welcome back to Fenway Park as we continue our coverage of Major League Baseball on the show. Ryan Flaherty will stand in now to lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 here to start the 3rd inning.
And maybe one of these guys can break this string of 6 straight retired to start the ball game.
Buchholz right back to work as this is swung on and missed for the first strike. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Now he lifts a high pop-up, drifting into foul territory on the right side. 1 away. J.J. Hardy will stand in now as he was reinserted back into the lineup here after taking a needed day off yesterday. Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Buchholz into the windup. 0-1 pitch on its way. Swung on and missed that time by Hardy as he finds himself behind 0-2 now. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Steve Tollison will stand in now with 2 away, trying to avoid another 1-2-3 inning.
Now, this has been total domination these past few innings. They haven't been able to mount any kind of threat whatsoever.
Throw on to Ortiz, and that'll retire. Rusney Castillo digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Right fielder,
8, 9, and 1 to start the inning as the first pitch misses for ball 1. That evens it up 1-1. One and 2 now as that's in there at the knees. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. Blake Swihart will dig in now. Off to a slow start, as you see there. Just barely over the 200 mark here in April. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. Keeping it down here as it's to 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Mookie Betts will stand in as the lineup turns over here. He was called out on strikes to open the home first.
And they fooled him with the changeup in his last half.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. We'll head to the 4th. Dariel Alvarez will stand in to begin their half of the 4th, with his guys still looking for their first hit of the ballgame.
And still looking for their first base runner, too. 9 up, 9 down.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. Betts is camped under this one. 1 pitch, 1 away.
Up next for the Orioles, right fielder, Jimmy Paredes.
Jimmy Paredes is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat.
Well, at least he was able to get it into the outfield, and that's more than most of his teammates can say so far.
Squared that one up just a little late. He pulls this one into right. That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
I tell you, that one's coming in fast, but it's going out faster. Does he square this one up or what? You bet he does.
Here's Chris Davis now. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Bogarts is there for it. And that's the 2nd out of the inning.
The third baseman.
Settling in now, Manny Machado. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time. Buchholz sets. First pitch on its way. Hit hard to short. Bogarts has it. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retired. 1 left for the Orioles. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score.
Up the 4th inning, the shortstop.
Into the windup and the pitch.
Bogarts.
Xander Bogarts will stand in for the 2nd time now as he looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Sent on the ground out to second. Flaherty takes it in. Throw on to first in time, 1 away.
First baseman number 34.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And set to stand in the first baseman here, David Ortiz. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Grounded up the first baseline. Fielded cleanly by Davis. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are 2 away now. Hanley Ramirez digs in with his team still looking at a 0 in the hit column.
Yeah, they just haven't been able to figure it out yet, but it's still early. We're seeing some pretty good pitching so far in this game.
That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
A high fastball that time in the strike zone and on the outside corner. But that is a dangerous spot to be pitching if you're only throwing in the low 90s.
Belted high in the air out to left. Tollison going back on it. Gone! Over the monster for a home run. It's a solo shot for Hanley Ramirez. As the Red Sox get the game's first run, it's 1-0. Pablo Sandoval is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1. Now the 0-1. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air.
But you take a swing at a pitch like that, you're lucky that you only got sawed off. He's going to have to go find himself another piece of lumber.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. The Red Sox are on the board. Leading off the inning, Mark Trumbo, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
Got him to go up the ladder there for strike 1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Yeah, and it seems like he kind of got away from that pitch here in the last few innings. You got to think about bringing that one right back.
Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out. Into the box, Caleb Joseph. He flew out in his last at-bat. Buchholz has his target. Here comes the first pitch. In there, strike 1.
So tough to hang in there on that pitch, but you got to do it. You can't give up that inside corner, or this guy will eat you alive.
Ouch, that comebacker appeared to get him in the arm. Thankfully, he's able to recover, and he gets the second out at first. Well, this is certainly something you never want to see. Perhaps the silver lining here, if there is one, is that got him in the non-throwing arm. So if he had to work his way through this, he probably could, assuming, of course, that there's nothing broken in there. And I think he is indeed planning to give it another go. Now a fastball here, not close, and it's 1-1 now.
And I think that might have been a first. The first ball they've taken the entire game. Sound the trumpets.
Swing and a liner toward the gap in left center. Bradley is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Dustin Pedroia comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Second baseman, Dustin Pedroia.
He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1.
You know, when you watch Pedroia play day in and day out, I always think about that memorable 2013 season. I mean, this is a guy who hurts his thumb on opening day, but he played 160 games that season, and he led the Sox to another World Series title.
And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
No walks yet. Here's the delivery. Swing and a miss as he was way early on that one. 3-2. Chop foul over towards the dugout. And he punches out another one. Make it 9 for the ball game. Jackie Bradley Jr. is into the box for his second at-bat. He popped out into foul territory his first time up. Now a swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and it's strike 1.
A lot of these guys have come into these at-bats trying to be the aggressor, trying to make something happen. But what has happened is that they've swung and missed themselves into some early holes.
And he struck him out. The 10th victim set down on strikes thus far.
Well, not only is that 10 strikeouts now, but I'll tell you what, we've still got a few innings to go here. If he keeps throwing the way he is, he can make that number really interesting by the time this one's through.
Rusney Castillo is in with 2 away as he takes a ball, 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. J.J. Hardy will come in now to start things out here in their half of the 6th as they look for a reversal of fortunes here. The first 5 innings have not been particularly kind to them.
And I think that's putting it mildly. Just one hit in these first 5 innings. They're going to need to do a better job of finding good pitches to hit. But that fellow on the mound has not made it easy on him, and that's for sure.
And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. This one's hit deep out to left center field. Ranging back is Bradley, but he can't get it as it's off the wall.
And maybe this is one of the few drawbacks as a hitter of having that 37-foot wall out there in left. Any other park in the big leagues, this is a double. Here, it's fielded quickly out and left, and they hold him to just a loud single.
Dariel Alvarez is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
A little bad luck there defensively. If that's hit at an infielder, it's a double play. But instead, now you're in hot water here with one away.
Jimmy Paredes will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
High and deep to straightaway right. Castillo going back at the track. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning. So striding in, Chris Davis, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Oh, and there's a drive to deep left center. You can pretty much forget about this one. This is way out of here. So a 3-run shot to left center, and with it, they've leapt in front now, 3-1.
You just can't throw that pitch right there. That swing tells a story right there. I mean, he got all of that one. Remember, he homered in yesterday's ball game too, so he's riding a pretty good hot streak these past couple of days.
Throw on to Ortiz, and that'll retire the side. But the Orioles push across 3 on the strength of a... Blake Swihart will stand in now to lead things off, and he'll do so against a guy who's definitely in a groove out there.
Yeah, he struck out the side his last time through, and they've got to do something to get this guy out of the role that he's been on.
Chopped weakly to the left. Machado is there. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Now batting.
Mookie Betts will dig in for the 3rd time now. He's struck out and bounced out in his first 2 trips. And he takes ball 1. For that man right there, just the 1 run allowed. The question is, can he make that lead stand up?
Well, he hasn't shown too many signs of cracking so far. He's got the look of someone right now who's ready to go the distance.
Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Trying to strike him out for the 2nd time. Bounced weakly near the plate. Gonna be a tough play. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away.
The shortstop, number 2.
Xander Bogaerts will stand in, and he, like so many others, hitless in the ballgame so far.
Well, we've been talking about it a lot, but this offense is just getting shut down right now. And we've seen some really fantastic pitching in this one.
That's to first. Does he have another 1-2-3 inning? He does. 7 in a row he's set down now. Welcome back to Fenway Park here in the great city of Boston. Orioles leading this one through 6 as we take a look at our game summary to this point.
Designated hitter, Mark Trumbo.
Mark Trumbo stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1. You surprised they've left this guy out there to start the 7th?
I thought he was looking a little shaky in the 6th, so I don't think he's going to be on a real long leash right here.
Gloved by Bogaerts. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
The batter,
Caleb Joseph will try it again. 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground ball thus far.
Well, guys, if you split the difference between the fly ball and the grounder he's put in play, you've got a nice line drive. So maybe we'll witness that right here.
Buchholz gets the sign. 0-1 on its way. Drilled on the ground to short. Bogaerts has it. And a bit of a high throw that time, but no problem over there at first as they record the out.
second baseman,
Ryan Flaherty will dig in now. He's popped out and lined out. 0 for 2 thus far.
Well, he's got nothing to show for it, but his last at-bat was a nice one. He put a good swing on it.
Swung on and missed that time. It's 0-1. Boy, and he's turned things around from that last inning as this pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-2 now.
Oh, just a little over anxious right there. I guess he figured he had a pretty good gauge on that fastball, and he hoped he'd see it again, but he got the curveball instead.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1-2-3 go the Orioles. David Ortiz steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with one swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
On to first, and that is a big out to lead off the home 7th.
Now batting, designated hitter
Hanley Ramirez will stand in again as we take you back to earlier in the ball game. This one swing here has been the entire offense to this point, as this home run accounted for the only run they've tallied so far. In there at the knees, strike one. Yet again, another first pitch strike.
And it's a big reason of why he's having the success he is. You establish the count in your favor right away, and it just opens up the door to so many more options going forward.
Tollison is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out. Pablo Sandoval come in now with 2 away, and to this point at least, so much for having the 3, 4, 5 guys get the rally started.
Yeah, it's been an important inning for that man out there on the mound. He's held his ground, and he may get through the teeth of this lineup, still holding on to that lead.
Right by him here, and he's set up for another strikeout here. The count to 0-2. Boy, that changeup's had him eaten out of his hand.
Oh, and they've been falling all over themselves trying to get it. But you've just got to know that that's not going to be a strike. It looks like it is, but it isn't.
Swinging a ball hit softly on the ground. And that will conclude matters here in the 7th. Anthony Varvaro will come on in relief as he'll make his second appearance of the season so far. J.J. Hardy will stand in now. He's struck out and flied out, 0 for 2 thus far. Smoked on the ground left side. And there's a base hit, so a chance to add a little insurance here as the leadoff man is on to start the 8th.
now batting.
Steve Tollison will dig in, 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. In the air out to right. After it is Castillo. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. Dariel Alvarez digs in. He reached on a single and would later wind up scoring in his last at-bat. He's set. Here it comes. Oh, on the ground to short. Could this be 2? Pedroia on to Ortiz, and it's a double play. Inning over. Orioles held in check there as the lead remains 3-1. Leading off the inning, Dustin Pedroia, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
And here's one that misses to the leadoff man in the inning. The number 6 hitter in the lineup. It's ball 1.
And right now, these guys just need something to break their way. A blooper, a bunt, a hit by pitch. Something to get a base runner and give that guy something else to think about out there.
1-2 as the changeup had him out in front there.
Seems like it's been a fairly consistent pattern. Hard stuff early, soft stuff late. But these guys don't seem to have caught on yet.
It's a pretty standard operating procedure, too. But they just look lost up there.
Chop foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. Out in front of that one, may have been looking fastball. Good job just to make contact. Tillman's ready. Here it is on a ball and 2 strikes. A little bouncer, but it gets foul.
This is turning into a great battle at the plate.
1-2, here it comes. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And he is down on strikes again. So get your hats out. That's the 3rd strikeout of the game.
Up next for the
Jackie Bradley Jr. will come forward now. He's popped out and struck out in his first 2 plate appearances. And he just keeps rolling along as he starts another batter out with strike 1. Off the plate and in. It's a ball and a strike. Eighth inning of this low-scoring affair. 3-1 our score. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Tapped out in front of home. He's got to hurry. On to Davis at first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting. Right
Rusney Castillo will stand in as they're quickly down to their final 4 outs tonight.
And Matt, they'd like nothing more than to ignite a 2-out rally right here. Maybe scratch at least one across before the 9th.
A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Swing and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. 9th inning coming up. Kicking off the top of the 9th, Jimmy Paredes, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning. Pulled toward right center field. Betts is there. 1 quick out to start inning number 9. Chris Davis will stand in again as we flash you back to earlier. He's accounted for their only runs of the ball game on 1 swing of the bat, as this was the swing right here. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. That's lifted the other way out to left. Bradley is over. 2 gone.
The third baseman, number 13.
Manny Machado will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of...
And the right fielder is there to make the catch, and the inning is... Zach Britton is on now to try to close things down here in the 9th.
Number 53.
Blake Swihart will be the first one to greet him, as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here. Here's a slider that's inside. 1-0.
Catcher, number 23.
To first. Davis has it, and he'll take this to the bag himself. 1 gone here in the 9th.
Now batting.
Mookie Betts will stand in, needing to do something here to get on base as they're down to their final 2 outs. Lays off 1-0. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Fought off at the plate, and will do it again. Britton's ready, looking to put him away here on a ball and 2 strikes. Chopped foul right at home plate. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And that misses 2-2.
Well, he might have just said, look, you're going to have to take this one because you ain't fouling that one off.
And now a slider in there for a called 3rd strike, and there are 2 gone now.
Well, it's been a long afternoon for this guy. A couple of strikeouts to go along with that 0 for 4, but you know there's going to be better days ahead for this guy because he can play.
Xander Bogaerts is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1.
And you got to think that guy right there is hoping he's going to get one final opportunity. They'll need a 2-out base runner for him to get any shot.
Swing and a miss, and the Red Sox are down to their final strike now. Now a swing and a fly ball, and this should do it. And he'll make the catch, and the Orioles continue the roll they've been on. 7 straight victories now as this ball game is over.
Break out the fire extinguishers. These guys are on fire. 7 straight wins. They've been as hot as any team in baseball, and they've really got things rolling out there now.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, he really came through with a dominating pitching performance. You see there, 12 strikeouts, and that doesn't even tell the whole story. That was as good as I've ever seen him pitch.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Caro, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. Broadcasting live from Oriole Park at Camden Yards here in Charm City. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the New York Yankees and the Baltimore Orioles. A big-time arm and a power bat. Should be fun. First pitch is next. Chris Tillman gets the ball for the Orioles in this one. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, he's been what you would call a fourth or fifth starter. Got a career ERA of over 4, but he will give you innings, and he is dependable.
Standing in, the leadoff man, Jacoby Ellsbury. So we are ready for baseball.
Leading off the afternoon for the Yankees, center fielder, number 22.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one.
First pitch, 107.
Tillman into his motion. 0-1 on its way. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Our game time temperature here to start play, a balmy 86 degrees at first pitch. Oh, and he lays one down here, and this is going to be a tough play. And the throw will be too late, so it's a bunt single to get him started here.
Maybe a sign of things to come here. They may want to use their speed, shake things up a little, and here he puts this one down, and they can't make a play on him.
Here's Brett Gardner now. A pitch out, the throw, and a good decision to pitch out that time as he is toast at second base.
You know, some managers don't like to call for the pitch out right away, thinking if they guess wrong, it changes the whole at bat. But here, they had a good idea he'd be running, and turns out they were right.
Ready with the 1-0 pitch. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Yeah, Drummond's a very fair umpire, Matt. Calls a pretty standard strike zone. Usually not a lot of complaints either way.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
Tap foul at home plate. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And this misses, so that'll fill the count at 3-2. On deck, Alex Rodriguez. And he misses with it, ball 4, so it's a 1-out walk here in the top of the first.
And it really helps having kind of a second leadoff man hitting in that number 2 hole. He's on now with 1 away, and he may get a chance to run in the early going.
Alex Rodriguez will step forward now following the walk as he'll hit with a definite speed threat at first and 1 away.
You can bet he's going to see some fastballs in this at-bat. I'd be looking dead red.
Throw over to the bag, and he'll get back in safely.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
He's set. Here it comes. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Here comes the 0-1. He's running towards second. A pitch out. The throw. Short hop, and he's there just before the tag. So as he favors that right leg, it looks like he's going to have to come out of the game. He is coming off on his own power, however, so hopefully it's only a minor injury. Aaron Hicks will have to get loose in a hurry now as he'll come in and run following the injury. One and one, here it comes. Had nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. 1 out and a runner on second base. Flying toward right center. That's in there. Base hit. Around third and being waved on home. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
You think he was looking for a fastball there? I think he was. That's about as hard a hit ball as you're going to see, and he was right on that one.
Here's the first baseman, Mark Teixeira, now. As this is popped foul behind the plate, it's strike one. Runner at first here, one man out. And a good job to lay off the fastball there close, but it's 1-1. One and two now as that one's fouled off. One and two, here it comes. Drilled on the ground to short. To second for one. On to Davis at first. It's a double play, and the side is retired. A run on 2 hits for the Yankees. On now to the bottom of inning number 1. The Yankees lead it 1-0. Masahiro Tanaka, the right-hander from Japan, will get the starting assignment in this one. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, when you talk about starting pitchers, he's one of the most consistent there is in the game. He's got a career ERA in the low 3s. I expect him to throw a good ball game here in this one.
Aaron Hicks will stay in the ball game now and take over in left field. Nolan Reimold comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Orioles, left fielder, Nolan Reimold.
Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Hard ground ball, defense played him perfectly. And that one started to take off on him a bit, but Teixeira is able to climb the ladder and pull it down for the first out. Now a moment here in Baltimore for the Orioles starting lineup. Who do you have your eye on, EK?
Yeah, if you're pitching, you better be aware of Crush Davis. He's got light tower power. Make a mistake up in the zone, and you better be prepared to see it leave the yard.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And standing in now, the third baseman, Manny Machado. And he'll look at a first pitch curveball that's in the dirt. It's ball one. Splitter that misses too low, and he's behind 2-0 now.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
One out, nobody on. Too high, and it's 3-0.
And even on 3-0, it's no given that he's going to be taken up there. We've seen him go after pitches in this spot before. He's not going to hold back.
That's in there, 3-1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
In there for a called strike, 3-2 now. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, and they come back from a 3-0 count to sit him down on strikes, and there are 2 gone. With a moment now, let's give you a look at the Yankees defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, the center fielder in this one, as good as anybody out there in the field. Has a lot of speed, can cover a lot of ground, and most importantly, he's very reliable.
Chris Davis gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
Pulled toward right center field. Ellsbury is under it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Orioles. They still trail 1-0. Carlos Beltran makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
Carlos Beltran.
And the first pitch to the 38-year-old veteran is in for a called strike, 0-1. Chopped foul right at home plate. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Beltran is retired, and there's 1 away. And with that, take a look at the defense for the Orioles. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, when you're talking about guys at the hot corner, the best in the league, we're looking at one of them right here. Gold Glove Award winner last year. Has as soft a hands as anybody in the league.
Brian McCann will dig in now. The American League's Silver Slugger behind the plate a year ago. Tillman's ready. Here's the first pitch. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. And they won't get him to chase the curveball in the dirt that time, and it's 2-0 now.
Yeah, and he didn't even have to think twice about that one. And now he's got a good hitters count here, 2-0.
2-0 count. Here it comes. A strike, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is a knuckle curve taken for a called strike 2.
And you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And good patience to hold back on the curveball in the dirt. It's full now, 3-2. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You got to make these guys earn it.
Swing and a little tapper. That rolls foul, and they'll do it again.
Just finding a way to stay alive up there.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. On to first, and McCann is retired here for route number 2.
Oh, pretty flashy with the leather right there. This is all the way over on the second base side of the bag. And if he decides to leave this one for the second baseman, forget about it. It's a base hit.
Here's Chase Headley. As he'll pick on the first pitch and hit a ground ball towards second. Throw on to Davis takes care of him, and that'll end the inning. Doesn't get much better than this. Afternoon baseball from Wrigley Field in Chicago. Ought to be a good one here between the New York Mets and the Chicago Cubs. Which of these two will prevail? Next on the show. Jake Arrieta, the Missouri-born right-hander, gets the job of starting pitcher here. Eric, any thoughts?
Remember, guys, this is someone that will come at you with 4 different pitches. He'll change velocity, he'll go up and down, the break on the pitches makes it a real challenge for a hitter.
Set to go now as Curtis Granderson is into the box to get this one underway.
Leading off the afternoon for the Mets, right fielder, Curtis Granderson.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one.
First pitch, 107.
He pulls this one into right, and that's going to get down in front of Hayward for a base hit.
Well, a line shot into right to start things out. Now you have to worry about whether he'll be on the move or not.
Into the box now, David Wright. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Arrieta sets. Here comes the first pitch. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Clyde Washington.
Yeah, Matt, Clyde has a bit of a reputation for rewarding pitchers that pound the bottom of the zone. Calls the game well, but we might see some strike calls below the zone that hitters aren't going to be too happy with.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
2-1 after the foul ball there. Chops it foul at home plate as the count moves to 2-2 now. Here's the pitch on 2-2. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And a good effort on the dive that time, but this will get by him for a base hit. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead run's in scoring position now with still nobody out.
Yeah, it looks like these guys mean business. Back-to-back singles here to start the ball game. They want to put as much pressure on this guy as they can early on.
Coming to the plate now, Lucas Duda, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball one. Smoke toward third. And he's retired here, one away. With that, here are Terry Collins' New York Mets. Eric, who stands out to you?
Yeah, you know, I love what the Grandy man, Curtis Granderson, does for this ball club. He's a catalyst for this offense when his bat is hot. Just needs to keep having good at-bats.
Yoenis Cespedes steps up to the plate with a great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
And you know, you hear it all the time, but scoring first really is a big deal in this game. Statistically, your chance of winning the game goes up quite a bit when you score first, so this is a big opportunity right now.
Starts him out with a sinker that's inside, 1-0. Down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. Runners are at second and third with one down. Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, that's just the same pitch 3 times in a row. I guess he figures, why mess with success when you get it to 1-2?
Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2. He's set. Here's the 2-2. A little bouncer. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes. Second and third here, 1 man out. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Fowler on the run. They'll cash in here as the run is in to score from third. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Well, you can say one thing for sure. They are swinging it like they mean it. That's 3 hits already in the first inning, and this one goes for 2 bases. They're having no trouble at all seeing this guy so far.
Here's Neil Walker as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0.
I'll tell you what, this is the wrong team to fall further behind here in the early going. You got to get out of this mess, and soon.
1 out and a runner on second base. Very softly hit to the left side, and this will be taken in by the third baseman for the second out. And with that, let's take a look at the Cubs alignment on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, Matty, you remember growing up, right field wasn't a very important position. But here at this level, it's as important as any. And this man plays it as well as anybody. Very reliable, covers ground, always makes a routine play.
Travis d'Arnaud stands in with another first inning RBI opportunity in store.
Yeah, and this has been an impressive first inning for these guys, and you know they'd love to tack one on here.
Pulls this one in the air out to left. Schwarber moving to his left. And the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. We'll move on to the bottom half of inning number 1. It's the Mets 2, the Cubs coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Matt Harvey gets the starting nod for the Mets. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, he's been one of the most dependable starting pitchers around. He's got a career ERA of less than 3. One of the best out there on the mound.
Well, there you see Dexter Fowler as he'll be the one to commence the action in the bottom half of the first.
Center fielder, Dexter Fowler.
And he lays off there, 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. Big swing, and this one's launched to right field and deep. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. And another foul ball. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And Fowler swings and misses as he's retired for round number 1. And now time to check how Joe Madden has lined the Cubbies up in this one. Steve, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
I think you really have to focus on what the pitcher's going to give you. If he's going to pitch you away, you got to go the other way. That way you can string together a few hits to put up some crooked numbers in this game.
Settling in now, Ben Zobrist, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Below the knees, 1 ball, no strikes. And that's too high, ball 2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. That'll find its way out of play. Still going to have a good hitter's count. 2-1 now. Well, he just threw that fastball by him.
Yeah, when that's upstairs like that, that's a pitch you've got to leave alone and make him bring something down.
Breaks his bat as this one's popped up.
Well, chalk another one up for that pitcher. He's used to breaking bats, and he'll give you a little stare down after doing something like that every once in a while.
Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air.
Wow, just a jam sandwich right there, and all he's holding is about half of his bat. Those look like the kind of bats I used to swing with.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Oh, and he can't catch up to the fastball as he swings and misses for the second out. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the defense for the New York Mets. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board with all the defensive shifts. Still that old school mentality, plays guys straight up, so we'll see how that impacts this game.
Anthony Rizzo gets his first cuts now. The bases are empty, and there are 2 away here in the opening frame.
Yeah, nothing doing so far here. He kind of needs to put up a tough at-bat right here just to make this guy work a little bit.
Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. And now a slider in on the hands, and he's lucky that one didn't come and get him.
Well, if these guys indeed want to get themselves a win here on the road, they're going to need a big pitching performance. And this has been a very strong first inning to this point.
And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
Yeah, I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Now a fastball inside, and he works it back to a full count now.
Well, he almost hit him on the last pitch, and he's showing he doesn't care. He's coming right back inside.
Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Checked his swing there, and did he go? No, he did not, says the third base umpire, so it's ball 4.
Hey, you know what? That's all right. You gave him a pretty good battle up there, and you never gave in to him. A walk you can work around. A home run, you can't.
Chris Bryant set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. A runner on first with 2 away. Fastball, and that thing's a blur up there, folks. 1-1.
Corner paint right there, 97 miles an hour. What are you going to do with that?
He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Boy, that is as close to unhittable as it gets.
2 out with the man at first. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
He showed him that slider running away 2 times in a row. Now might be a good time to call on that 2-seamer running in.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. 1 left for the Cubs. They're still down. It's 2-0. Michael Conforto makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
And they jumped out to that early lead, so now it's all about just adding on.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Hayward has a read on it. 1 out.
Yeah, jumping on the first pitch of the inning there. Gave it a pretty good ride, but in the end, winds up being a pretty routine first out.
Digging in as Drupal Cabrera. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
You know, and this is his power side from the left side. He's got quite a bit more pop in that bat, hitting left-handed.
Sinker runs outside to start the at-bat. 1-0. And the sinker is over here, and that evens things at 1. One out, nobody on. And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
You can bet he's a little rattled still from that first inning. He gave up a lot of solid contact that first time through the lineup.
And this one's going to bounce up to the plate. An easy take there, and it's 3-1 now.
And that's right where you want to be throwing those sinkers. But he's doing a good job at the plate of not chasing.
In there on the inside corner. Don't know that he liked it, but it's a full count now. 3-2.
You know, it's just so tough to pick out a pitch that you want against a guy like this. Everything he throws is either on a corner or moving like crazy. He's not the kind of guy that's going to give you a lot of options up there to hit.
Chopped toward the second baseman. Barehanded by Zobrist. Got him.
Oh, what a play. And, you know, sometimes these guys make it look so easy, we forget how difficult it is to make a play like that. Not only did he barehand this ball, but he also made a sweet throw on the run over to first base. So often you'll see a guy airmail or short hop a throw like that because of the bad grip you have on the ball. But not in this case. That's a nice play.
Alejandro De Aza will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. There's the sinker to start him out, missing down and away for ball 1. Two out, nobody on. Well, should be 2-0, but he goes way out of the zone to go after that one, and it's even 1-1.
And that's where he's at his best. When he gets that sinker running away, he's tough to hit.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Yeah, going right back to the sinker right there, and why not? See if he's going to chase it again.
On the ground up the middle. Zobrist is there. And he's safe at first as he beats this one out by about a half a step.
And when you're coming off the bench, the rule is get on base any way you can. And the last time I checked, an infield single meets those requirements. It's not pretty, but he'll take it.
So a runner at first with 2 away. And we'll go back to the top of the lineup now for Curtis Granderson. First delivery to him on the way. Pitch inside the throw. And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get it. From the home of the Mariners since 1999, there's a look at Safeco Field here in Seattle. Today we've got a good matchup ahead between the Texas Rangers and the Seattle Mariners. A big-time arm and a power bat. Should be fun. First pitch is next. Felix Hernandez, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. EK, what's the word on him?
Well, guys, when you talk about starting pitchers, he's one of the most consistent there is in the game. He's got a career ERA in the low 3s. I expect him to throw a good ball game here in this one.
Delino DeShields heads for the box, ready to lead this one off today.
Number 3, Delino DeShields.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box.
First pitch, 107.
Swing and a little tapper. That goes foul. 2 strikes on him now. Hernandez looks in. Here it is on 0-2. And a classic 0-2 pitch as the changeup misses low, and it's 1-2 now. A very fine afternoon for baseball. 67 degrees here at first pitch. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. The throw down to first, 1 away. A chance now to look at the batting order for the visiting Rangers. Eric Karros, who you focused on.
Well, no doubt that the skill set of Delino DeShields is something to keep an eye on. He's got some serious speed, and that's a dangerous weapon at any level. It wreaks havoc on opposing pitchers because There's so many ways to manufacture runs when speedsters get on base. So don't be surprised if you see him cause trouble out there in this one.
Here's the first pitch to him. Down the first baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Now a ball lined to the left side. But this is a foul ball. The 0-2 home. And he starts to go after it. Question was, did he hold up in time? Yes, indeed, says the third base umpire. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And a changeup runs inside on him as he's got to back out of the way of that one.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. It's sharply toward third, but a quick glove at third, and there are 2 gone. And with that, let's take a look at how the Mariners will set up defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, one place you don't want to hit it is to the third baseman. Absolute vacuum down there. He's got great range. Some of the plays I've seen him make, absolutely ridiculous.
Prince Fielder gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. Just getting started here in Seattle. Oh, and a big hack by Fielder, just like his daddy, but it's 0-2. You have to figure that sinker's going to be an important pitch for him here this afternoon.
No question about it. Obviously, it's his ground ball pitch, so if you're a hitter, you're going to need to make him bring that pitch up a bit.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Rangers. Rangers nothing. Mariners coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Cole Hamels, the southpaw out of the Golden State, gets the call here. What do we need to know here, EK?
Well, guys, remember, he's got 5 pitches to work with, so that really makes it difficult for the hitter. He can change speeds, ball moving in and out. Not a lot of fun for the hitters.
Here now's Nori Aoki to start things out in the home half of inning number 1.
Leading off for the Mariners, left fielder, Nori Aoki.
Bounce to first. He'll take it to the bag himself, and the leadoff man is gone here to start the home first. With a moment here in Seattle, a look at the Mariners starting lineup. Steve, what's the key for them here today?
Well, I think they have to understand where they're playing. This is a great pitcher's ballpark, so you're not going to go out there trying to hit the light towers with everything you swing at. Make solid contact, move the line, and play a little bit more small ball.
At the plate, Kyle Seager, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew working this one. Behind the plate is Eric Summersgill.
You know, Summersgill has a bit of a reputation for having a fat strike zone. But I don't think that really applies to all corners. Also, I've been told that he's pretty consistent with what he does and doesn't call.
2-0.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
1 out, nobody on. 3-0 now.
And even on 3-0, it's no given that he's going to be taken up there. We've seen him go after pitches in this spot before. He's not going to hold back.
From the windup, the 3-0 pitch. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. On the move is DeShields. 2 down. Now that we have a chance, let's take a look at how the Rangers will align defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
One of the fastest guys on the field is Delino DeShields. I played with his old man back in L.A. He's a terror on the base paths, and that speed translates well on defense. Originally, he was drafted as a second baseman, but he's shown that he can virtually play any position on the field.
Nelson Cruz is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. The 1-0 delivery. Grounded to third. Beltre's there. Throw to fielder at first will take care of him, and that'll be that. 1-2-3 go the Mariners. After 1, no score. Adrian Beltre makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
Baseman, Adrian Beltre.
Hernandez gets the sign. Here comes the first pitch. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. That evens it up 1-1.
You know, on May 15th, 2015, Adrian Beltre became the 52nd player in MLB history to hit 400 home runs. He's in some pretty remarkable company.
A little low. It's 2-2. Reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out. Well, there are the rowdy fans of Kings Court. Always fun to watch them do their thing on days when Felix takes the mound.
Yeah, it's really taken on a life of its own and really become a staple here in Seattle.
In now, Mitch Moreland. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Skied in the air to straightaway left. And 2 quick outs here in the second.
Well, you know, he had the right idea up there, so at least you know he's thinking. He tried to go the other way with this ball, but he got under it just a little bit, and it's an easy play out there in left field.
Josh Hamilton into the box here in the top of the second, looking to keep this inning going. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1.
And, you know, I think it's going to be important that when guys get their pitches, they take advantage. There it looked like he was taken all the way, and he may not get another pitch that catches that much of the plate.
Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
If he would have swung at that, he would have never heard the end of it.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Oh, this is hit hard towards second. He gets dirty, but he can't make the play. It's a base hit.
And after setting down the first 5 to start the afternoon, he finally gives up his first hit here with 2 outs in the second. And that's important because you don't want to let a guy coast through these early innings. You want to mount at least a little bit of pressure out there.
Elvis Andrus Set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. No score here as we play inning number 2. Two and one. And, ooh, he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
And even though that runs the count full, you'll at least get the benefit of giving that runner at first a head start here.
Hit pretty well out to deep left field. Aoki going back, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is how you attack a baseball. Look at how quickly he gets to this ball in the inside corner, and that's a tough pitch to get around on. He pulls those hands just a little bit tighter into his body, he barrels it up, and then drives it off the wall down the left field line.
Here's Rougned Odor now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Yeah, even with 2 on and 2 away, this is not a guy that's going to back down out there. He comes right after him with a fastball, and he gets ahead.
Second and third, 2 away. Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Tried to work it back to that low inside corner, but it misses. 1-2.
You got to be careful with that inside location on 0-2. The last thing you want to do is hit him.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. Throw to first, and that gets him out of the jam.